So what's up? What's new? I see the chain. We got some new music dropping. We got a lot to talk about. Some good stuff.
Got a whole lot to talk about, my boy.
All right, so break it down. What's up? How you been? What's been going on?
I've been good, man. Just really trying to get cooking on this music. Just planning on dropping. Just got done performing at the Arizona Hip Hop Festival, which was live.
Mm,
It was
mm.
super lit. That was actually
Break
my first big show, and it actually turned out pretty well. Got good feedback from it. So, yep.
Big as in how?
I'm sorry. Which question?
Big as in how? It was a big show. How?
As far as like with a pretty big crowd.
What was the number?
What was the number?
Yeah,
It was a full house, sold
Well,
out
how
show.
sold out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my first time doing that. Shout out to my boy D2K for putting me on. He gave me the opportunity to perform the song that's going on our EP. So after I'm done dropping my projects, we're gonna be dropping a project together as well. It's gonna be a collaborative project. And then yeah, man, I got enough music to take me all the way to next year. So
How many songs?
bro, too many. And this is just me picking just for my projects. I still have some that are in the vault. I still have some that I didn't even really fully put together yet. It's way too many to count, bro.
I know you've been making music for as long as I've known you, literally, and that's been a long time in itself. But with that, as the years go on, you're just adding to your catalog. You're adding to your vault, right?
Yes,
Obviously,
sir.
you're progressing too. So like, there's some things in there that maybe you'll never touch again. Maybe you will. The 15 years, and then you mix it into some of your songs. Then, do you see that happening?
As far as the ones that I recorded back in the day, because I used to rap, no, because I'm focusing more upon a different sound.
Mm.
So, as far as everything that I used to rap on, no, I'm probably not gonna be putting that out. There's a song that's going on my EP. It's called Cartier Lifestyle. That's gonna be my last rap verse that I'm gonna put out ever.
Why ever? Why switch up? Where are you switching to?
I'm switching to more of like a melodic sound, something that's a little bit more wavy that fits me, that fits my style, that fits my swag. And I feel like, me as a rapper, I mean, I'll do that for fun. I'm not saying that I'm giving up on it a wholehearted 100%, but that's not going to be the first thing I'm going to go to. I'm more so focused on my melodic sound, my singing stuff. So, and that's what's actually driving the crowd. So, yeah, I'm gonna stick to that, stick to what people like from me, rather than branch off and doing something completely different that people don't really care. I pay attention to algorithms and stuff like that, especially up on social media. So yeah, man, rapping might be done for me. And then on top of that, I'm not really too fond of like my rapper voice. So yeah,
Okay.
plan on switching things up.
And you found success in switching it up. So how important is it as an artist? What's some advice for people who are starting out, who, let's say they're in college, high school, let's bring them back to our days. The advice that you have now, is that something you would tell younger artists, being able to switch up? Do you wish you did that sooner?
It's more so along the lines of, because I wouldn't really necessarily call what I'm doing switching things up. I want to call what I'm doing, just more so finding what fits you and finding what suits you, because anybody could rap, anybody could sing. Well, I don't want to say sing because it takes talent to really sing, but
Yeah.
anybody could do music, you know what I'm saying? But really it's an image kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you find something that fits and suits you. When people see you, they're like, okay, yeah, I could see him doing that. Or yeah, I could rock with that because it fits him. Oh yeah, that sound fits him because that's where he comes from. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. And that comes into authenticity.
exactly, right? Being
So
authentic. That's what that is.
do you feel like there's like a big disconnect when people start out as creatives? Like we have this, and I know that for me and the filmmaking world, it's very much like that, right? Like you kind of have your favorite artists or actors in this case that you look up to, and you in somehow mirror that style.
Yeah.
And through that, people try to hold on to it as if it's their own, instead of finding what's authentic to them once they have like a layout of their art form. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it definitely makes sense. You just really got to find what suits you. That's really all it is, especially in the music industry. So as long as you're able to find what suits you, you know, you're gonna take off. And if people can rock with it, they can rock with it.
How do you deal with feedback?
Oh, dude, feedback, because I can't grow without feedback. You know, I can't have a bunch of yes men saying, yeah, you go, you go, you go, even if there's something that's a little bit off. So I'm gonna use this for an example. My brother Amen, he was at the hip hop festival with me when I was out performing, and I actually mix and record my own stuff. I don't
Right.
go to the studio. I got my own studio. So, you know, something that I told him to pay attention to, because he's diving in to what I can do. And he's actually pretty good. He pays attention to volumes, levels, and stuff like that. So I told him, you know, hey, when these songs play, whether it's a beat that I produced or a song that I mixed, I need you to tell me what I could change, what needs to be improved, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that's very beneficial, because I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I don't call myself the best engineer, best producer, best artist of all time, because there's some things that I need working on. So constructive criticism, that's everything to me. I don't take it to heart. You know, I'm not a hater. Um, if there's something that I need working on, then I'm definitely gonna pay attention and listen, because that's what's gonna make me grow as an individual and as an artist. So
How important is it for people to understand that?
how important is it for people to understand the importance of constructive criticism?
Oh yeah.
Highly important, because you're not the that's the problem with today's generation. There's too many people that takes that kind of thing to heart rather than looking at it as a way to improve.
Yeah.
Because it's like what I said, you know, nobody that does what I do, or even what you do, not perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way that you're gonna grow as, you know, someone that loves to do what they love to do. You know, if you, it's more so take it as, hey, you know, you need to do this, make this sound better. You need to do this, make this look better. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if you're ignoring that and you're taking it to heart, everybody's gonna be like, bro, what?
You got to match your work ethic and the vision with the success that you see, with the
Oh,
success that you want to go to, right? So like if
sure.
you really want to be at the top artists, that doesn't necessarily mean throwing out beats every single day. It
Right.
means throwing out beats every single day and getting that constructive criticism to then know what you're focusing on. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I had this young kid actually today message me. He was like, "Hey man, how do I get started? Like I'm 18 in films." And I was like, "All right, hey, easiest thing you do." He was like, "As a director," I was like, "Easiest thing you do, just go out there and start making stuff."
Exactly.
Right? Like he was like, "I'm about to do my first one." I was like, "Make 10 and then come talk to me with questions that you have."
Mm-hmm.
Because in the beginning, if you're like, "How do I do this?" Brother, that's a very long conversation on how you make a
Right.
film. It's a very long conversation on how to make a beat from scratch, and especially like having the cohesive story that makes sense for the audience, not you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something that captures that attention. So it's like you have to go through and just fail 10 times at least to get
Yes,
an
sir.
idea of, oh, I don't know, I'm really good at the camera, but maybe I don't know how to edit. So what
Exactly.
editing techniques? Then you can focus in on exactly what you need to fix in your game. Do
Yep.
10 more like that. And
Exactly.
then you can start saying, "Oh, I've already grown 20x from each video." You grow in batches instead of just dumping shit out to the internet and hoping it sticks, because if it does, you're just going to have that stick for one day. You know,
Exactly.
very rare instances do people just fucking pop off consistently forever by not doing any work. It's usually very thought out, smart marketing with hard work.
Exactly.
That's luck.
Highly important to know how to, not necessarily know how to fall on your own ass, but falling on your own ass is extremely important, because that's what's going to pick you right back up, and it's
Mhm.
going to teach you what you need to do to improve, and it's going to show you your level of grind, your hunger, all of that. So
Yeah.
That's extremely important.
It's so dangerous though too, because you mentioned something that's like it determines your level of grind and hunger, right? So like on top of you learning your craft, you would then learn about yourself, those two things.
Yep.
How much are you willing to grind for this shit? Hours put in, when you're tired, when you're done, when you're exhausted, like when you want to call out, like you're gonna call out on your dreams. So then it's like that's how hard you're working. So it tests you. So then it's like if people have a very shitty outlook on themselves, then like, damn, I'm not really dedicated to this, but I want this. I need to make some changes in my life. Then it's a very big uphill battle because they're improving themselves while doing their craft, and they get to grow with it.
Boom.
So though it's very tough, I think at the end of it, you get better musicians, you get better artists out of it because they grow with the craft instead of learning from the craft. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
I feel there's a big difference with that.
Oh yeah, for sure. You nailed it. Right to the T.
So live show, when's the next one?
You know what? I'm actually trying to get that lined up. I just got connected with a promoter. Gave him my number and everything like that. So we're still trying to get things in the mix with, our next performances and stuff like that. But right now, I'm more so focused on my next drop, which is going to be my EP. Sorry for delaying the LP. Planning videos and stuff like that. So right now, that's more so what I'm focused on, taking over the internet. Because I don't know if you know, I have a song that's actually going viral on TikTok.
Which one is it?
My Candy Rain remix.
Okay.
So it's actually, and it's funny story with that song. And it's always the ones that you don't expect. But that song wasn't actually supposed to be a song. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be a song to help push my record Focus, which will be up on my album. That's why if you watch the video at the end, it tells you Focused out now and stuff like that. But that song ended up being my most popular video on TikTok, which I'm like, what the heck? Got almost 25,000 views, over 2,000 likes, almost 1,000 shares. People commenting every single day. I'm like, dude, this is nuts.
Do you know what you got to do now?
What's that?
This is like, I feel like the next part of marketing. Now that you have that little strip and you know that song can do numbers and people like it, I would make 20 videos a day with that song for a month straight. I kid you fucking not. To you, you're going to hate it. You're going to be like, I'm over this shit. You had that video just pop off with 25,000 views and I don't know how long. That already lets you know you got something cooking right there off the bat. Now all you got to do is make 20 versions of that video a fucking day if you really want it that bad, and watch the fucking difference that song's going to do while you're dropping your other shit.
That's crazy because the song the song's literally only out on YouTube. Like, I didn't drop it on Apple streaming platforms, nothing like that, because it's supposed to be a promotional video. But if that's what I gotta do, then by all means, I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna see where it goes. The promotional
video did what it needed to do. Now capitalize, you know that it could work. Now it's all just
I just gotta go more. Just gotta go. And not even so much just focus on that, but make stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that my lady actually tells me. She sees the growth on that video as well, and she's like, dude, you need to make more songs with stuff like that, because that's what's capitalizing your profile, and that's what people are gravitating to. You know, so put in more stuff out like that, and that's what's going to gain everybody's attention, because that's obviously what's bringing everybody in. You know, and so I'm gonna use both of y'all ideas and go.
Yes. Absolutely. That's what you should be doing. I've been trying to get back into that habit of posting and doing a lot more. I'm just curious on where I want to go with it. But I wish I knew and had a strict path like you, right? Very disciplined in a specific art instead of so many. Because then as soon as I had one that hit, I would just go all in.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, because you even put me on the game a long time ago. So you gotta get to it, my brother.
I know.
You gotta get to it.
It's hard though when you have, kids.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely understand how it go.
I was thinking about it today coming up to our conversation. I was like, I'm pretty sure we're going to talk, about the basic stuff that we usually do, music, right? And then branch out from there. I was like, man, if I talk about being a dad, I really want to have an answer kind of thought out, because it almost sounds bad, like, oh shit, you had kids and everything stopped. When in reality, it's like the way that I view, and at one point I did view it like that, right? Like, fuck, it's all over. That's it. But and then I was like, no, it's just right now. Like, I'm going to have kids eventually. Like, whether or not I make my dream and then have kids, right? Like, I'm still doing it. It's just separate parts of my life. I just decided to have the family first and then still pursuing it all. Because when I'm older, man, that's when I want to travel. I don't want to do all that crazy stuff now. I want to have kids now, be young with them, instead of having like a 15-year-old and I'm like 70. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not saying that I would be that old. There's anything bad with it. I just don't want that for me.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I'd say view it in a different what's that word I'm trying to look for? Just view it different. You know what I'm saying? Whether you have kids now and you start traveling later, or you start traveling now and you have kids later, because that's more so what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my life right, make sure that I have a foundation set. That way, when my time comes, and because I don't have no kids yet, so when that time comes for me, I want basically like, look, I built the foundation for you. Now it's time for you to grow with that.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to already. That's the conversation me and my lady have almost every single day. What our future is going to look like, and we want to get married. We want to travel first, get married, and then after that, once we have our foundation set, home set, financially right, things like that, then we start focusing on, okay, let's have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the next step. You know what I'm saying? Really start building that family, start building that home, and then from there we go up.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to move smart about it. That's just on my end. But even with somebody that's in your situation, you know what I'm saying? Because I see what you're doing, even with the kids that you have now. I see that you're still hungry for it, and you're still trying to go.
Bro, it's so much more motivating.
If you don't stop, bro, that's what's important. Whether it's you have kids now and you're still chasing your dreams, as long as you're still chasing your dreams, you believe in it wholeheartedly, you invested in it. I feel like people in your situation, I salute y'all. You know what I'm saying? You, my boy Amen, my boy Dutta Takutta, everybody, bro. Because Dutta Takutta, shout out my boy. But he's like another one of my brothers. But all y'all got kids, bro, and y'all still chasing y'all dream, and y'all still trying to make it work. Even my boy Elijah. I don't know if you remember, he went to school with us. My boy Elijah. Mm-hmm. Even him, you know what I'm saying? All y'all still chasing y'all dreams. As long as you don't make that an excuse to stop you, you straight, bro. You ain't got nothing to worry about it.
It actually like hones you in a little bit. Yes, it takes time away from it, but like when for me at least, I'm the type of artist that when I step away from whatever craft or project I'm working on, I'm still thinking about it. Right. And so I've realized like that clarity, it forces me to step away from a project to go be dad mode.
Yeah.
And then I get inspirations and ideas from the kids that like make whatever I was working on 10 times better. So it's like, and kids, they're such like an imaginative little magnet. They just think of the craziest things. So it works out perfect, because then just talking with them, it just sprouts out ideas. So I found it like, it's made me a better artist. It's made me more focused, more honed in. And it makes it more of a fire for you not to lose.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because like it does one of two things. It shows you that hunger and that motivation, like you were talking about, because it says, how bad do I want it? Well, I'm still going to make it work with this. Right. And then the second part of it is like, how much are you willing to work on it and make it make sense without it like fucking shit up? And that's the balance that I think people don't understand. And what I've learned from that is that there is no balance.
Exactly.
You flow with it. Like when you got kids and you're working on your projects, when you got kids and you're working on that screenplay, the next song, your next book, whatever it is, your hobby, and you got them kids, at the end of the day, you can't schedule it. If you try to do that, you'll actually be more stressed. Now that's situational for everybody naturally. But if you flow with it, you know, and you realize, all right, today's the day where I can put more time into this shit and really pop it off, then you're golden. Or you're like, hey, today's not the day. Maybe I just write down ideas. That little bit is what helps still propel people. But they get so caught up on, I used to be able to work on my hobbies for an extra 4 or 5 hours a day. Now I only have 15 minutes. It's not even worth it. And that's where they give up.
Yeah, no,
They don't appreciate even the little bit of time that they get to still appreciate that version of themselves. Because to me, it's like, if you're a creative person, that creative person naturally in life gets in the way, it's going to eat you. It's going to eat you up. It's going to rip you up. It's going to tear you apart as an artist for whatever craft that you're doing. So the number one thing you have to do is still express it in some type of way.
Right.
It's so crucial. And I've seen so many talented people just stop. You know?
Can't, bro. That's what me and Emil was talking about today, and I saluted him today as well, because he was telling me basically how he shuffles being a dad, because he just had his second son last week or like 2 weeks ago. But he was telling me basically how he juggles, you know, being a dad and still, you know, trying to work on music and things like that. And you know, that dedication right there, that's what I appreciate, you know. And it's like I said, as long as you don't use your kids as an excuse, you straight in my eyes. Because anybody that's like, bro, I got kids, so I can't do this, it's like, okay, I get it, but you got 24 hours in the day.
There is that. I will say, like, being a parent, sometimes like you do get lost in the sauce a little bit,
right?
You know what I mean? And like that does happen where maybe I don't even touch anything for a week and a half because this kid was sick, like, and that's where you got to flow with it. And you still got to find the times though within that, right? Depending on your dedication again, and being like, all right, when I'm taking my morning shit, like that's when I'm going to fucking think of the ideas like this. That's when I'm going to fucking, you know, do something. Or, you know, while my coffee's there, I'm not going to scroll. I'm going to fucking just write a paragraph real quick on that page or write some fucking sketches. And then just when I'm on my, like for me, bro, since I got this corporate job, I thought it was going to be the end of the world. It's actually giving me so much time to schedule the podcast, get stuff going during the day, keep things organized, edit, upload that. Not to mention, I'm already on the second draft of a book that I'm writing right now. And I'm working on the third one because this one is just like rewrites, right? Simple shit. I don't got to think.
Yeah.
But my brain still needs to think on something big. So I'm starting my second poetry book right now. And I just thought, like, this morning I was meditating in the shower, right? Because like I still find my time for my shit, even if it's for a little bit. I've learned that little bit of gratitude goes so far for yourself. So I was meditating and I was like, all right, I'm itching for something like creative. Like, what is it? And I was like, all right, poetry book. That's what's coming next.
Yep.
And I'm still working on the title, but I have two that I'm really bouncing around. But I've been able to still get all that stuff done, working on multiple stuff. Like growing the Discord again, we've gotten an extra 150 people in just off of Reddit in the past week.
Oh,
and like on top of doing all this stuff, having the kids, wife about to pop out another baby, like I don't know how I'm doing it. She doesn't know how she's doing it. We're stressed, but at the same time, we're still getting stuff done because my grind and my vision still outweighs the daily situational flows of life.
Yes, sir.
So it's like you could still make it manage, but it just comes down to how much do you really want to work at it?
Exactly.
I think anybody could still get their dreams. Anybody could still achieve whatever it is their level of success is, and I think that's crucial. Now, sometimes like you can't. Like it's just, you know, you want to go to Harvard, but you know you're a dumbass. Like, that ain't gonna work. You know.
Yeah. No, and that also stems back to what I was talking about earlier. You just gotta find You just gotta find what works for you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? What works with the time and what you have going on in life. You know what I'm saying? That's why you just can't be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And let life bring you down. As long as you don't do that, you're gonna be good. But just really gotta find what fits within your schedule, what your budget's like, because ain't nothing in this world free. You know what I'm saying? Time ain't even free. You know what I'm saying? So just gotta find what works for you, man. That's all it is.
Speaking of the world, man, it's such a crazy place. I think these days, but then I think back when we were kids in high school and it was crazy then. And so it's interesting, like we grow up with this chaos, and it's just fucking hilarious. Dude, back in the high school days, when did you back? I just had a question. I lost it. Fuck.
Come on, bring it back, bring it back,
All
bring it
right.
back, bring it back, bring it back.
Back in the high school days, when did you think you would have your first sold out show? That's what it was. Looping it back to the beginning.
And we taking it that far, my boy.
Well, let me. I guess this is a little bit more specific. Was it what you thought it would be for a sold out show, for a venue?
Repeat your question.
Is the feeling that you had what you thought it would be performing for a sold out show?
Yes and no. I say yes because more so, you know, the people that was there to support, you know, the energy was definitely there. But I say no because, you know, with us being the last performers, you know, obviously people go about their way, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So, you know, I definitely wish that there were more people that could have stayed, that could have showed out, that could have supported and stuff like that, because that's what I had expected. But at the same time, you know, you get what you get. You can't throw a fit, especially with this being my first show like this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even my opportunity. It was Dutta Takuta's opportunity. He just brought me on because he wanted to put me on. You know what I'm saying? Put me in front of people. So it's just one of them situations you can't take it for granted. You know, you got to be grateful for what you get and can't be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? So my first sold out show, I know it's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be heck of people there that know the lyrics to my songs, that support me, that rock with me, that see my vision, and we all gonna have fun and we gonna turn up. So definitely gonna keep that in mind, my boy.
What's the business side of music that like maybe people don't know about?
Intelligence,
In what way?
knowing what you're getting yourself into,
Like with
because it's easy for people to get raped in a business. Not in that way, no Diddy. Not in that way, but business wise, because and I'm still learning, you know, there's a lot that ties in to the music business and knowing what you're getting yourself involved with, because if you hop into the music business and you don't have intelligence in it, you gonna take the first deal that you see, especially if it looks like, you know, I could take, not only can I take care of myself, but I could take care of my peoples. You know what I'm saying? And when you sign that deal, when you sign that dotted line, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you're giving up rights to your stuff. You don't know if you got to do this at this time. You're locked in to this deal for this period. You know what I'm saying? And it can be bad, especially like if you don't own anything. If you don't own anything, that's where you're not gonna make money, you know? And really you just gotta pay attention before you get yourself involved in anything pertaining to music. Because music is a dangerous game if you don't play it right.
yeah.
You know? So yeah, man, you definitely just gotta have that intelligence locked in and know what you're getting yourself involved with and know what you want before you even do anything. Know the deal that you want and know how you want your music to go. You know, I'm gonna use, for example, you familiar with Russ?
Mhm.
Russ is an independent artist, not because he couldn't find a deal or anything like that, but because he chose to be an independent artist and basically run things in his own hands because he had the knowledge for it, rather than depending on labels to get you where you need to be. He was becoming friends with the CEOs of Spotify, the CEOs of Pandora, the CEO of YouTube. stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just those, for example. Apple, getting in touch with Apple, basically getting locked in with the streaming platforms, because that's what we're in today's generation. It's not CDs anymore, and it's not about putting out, you know, pushing things inside of the physical stores. Everything is online. You know what I'm saying? So you grow these connections with these people. You don't need a label, because that's what the labels is relying on. They're relying on getting connected with the streaming platforms, getting connected with Live Nation, the people that actually throw shows and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you're locked in with these people already, why do I need a label? I could do this myself, and now I can actually hustle the label and tell them, hey, you know, I got my own fan base. I don't need your guys' fan base. I just need you guys to help me push my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So people would still use a label, but just not to help them at the start, just to help promote
You use the label to your advantage.
with whatever that may be.
You run it how you see fit, not how they see fit. Because if you run it, if the label runs you how they see fit, that's where you fit. That's where you get the people that's like, oh, free me off my label. You know what I'm saying? Because they hop into these labels with no intelligence, with no clear idea with how the music industry is ran. So that's where they get raped.
I know John Bellion, for one, listening to him, and I had one of my friends on here too. We were talking about him, and he had his latest album, but he took 6 years off of making music because he didn't like the deal that I guess he signed, and he told them to reverse it and that he's not making music.
Yep.
And they just pretty much laughed at him and said, okay, yeah, buddy, and hung up the phone. And he didn't make music for 6 years. And then until finally someone like reversed it or changed the deal up or got him what he wanted.
Yep.
So I guess it really is that important to have that creative control, obviously, because I can understand 100% when you think you have this illusion of freedom because you've chased the dollar amount for so long. You see it in front of you, you sign, you go to make your album that you always thought you and your boys would make, just to find out the label says, yeah, that's a whole bunch of shit that's never going to get heard. You can throw that away.
Yep.
Or you can give us all the money back. You're going to make these songs that we have from our screenwriters. You're going to perform them like a puppet. Here's your work schedule for the year. By the way, you're working 300 days this year on tour. You don't get time off. Like if some shit happens, like you're still going to be on stage. You know what I mean? So it's like,
exactly.
That's what it is when they say that they own your soul, that you can't stop. Like even the days that you don't want to sing, you still have to sing. And I think that's where a lot of times people didn't understand the music industry. And I know growing up, a lot of artists would get caught lip syncing.
Yep.
And people thought it was the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, and to me, it's like, as I'm grown now, I'm like, why would it matter? Like, I know you want to hear them physically sing, but you go on tour for 9 months. I don't know how long a typical tour is. I guess it depends, right, on the artist. But even a world tour, like you're going on a world tour, even a coast to coast, your vocals are going to get shot, brother.
And mind you, these world tours, they be lasting almost half a year. Bro, I lost my voice that one night I performed at the festival.
Yeah, see, that's wild.
So I can imagine 6 months straight. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm pretty sure that they have like a vocal coach to help you and, you know, take care of your stuff. Like, because when you get that much money and you're an asset to them, and that's where I think people get caught up in that pamper treatment of what it's like to feel good and great, because they glamorize. Now that I look at it, like they glamorize people's talents and show them that we can make life comfortable.
right.
You can be lazy. You don't have to do anything. Right. And then that's unrealistic, but that's how they capture those people who aren't intelligent. And, you know, they think they're having a great time, which at the end of the day, maybe they are. You know, like you're doing your tour, you're making music, you're making 30 million a year. You know, you don't have to worry about the stress. You're still covered. I guess it really just depends, right? If you're okay with that, because some people are. I'm assuming so. But I think for the vast majority, people want that creative freedom.
Mm-hmm. Super important, because if you don't have creative control over your material, then it's like you're working a full-time job that you don't want to be at. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, these are our dreams, you know, and we don't want to treat our dream like it's a Amazon job, Amazon warehouse job. You know what I'm saying? That nobody
Yeah.
really wants to be at. I mean, if you want to be there, props to you. You know, I'm not hating on you, but yeah, man, just having that mentality, like, hey, I could do this. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That you gotta be headstrong, you gotta be solid, and you gotta have the right people in your corner. You have a bunch of yes men, you're gonna fail.
How important is that? Like to have a team? Like when, because you always hear about in music in general, interviews, but like what is it that you need a team for? Like people to help you manage your socials, people to help you manage your day to day, like an assistant, stuff like that. Like, does it get that crazy, or what
It
consists?
can, it definitely can, because you know, on the line of work that I'm in, you know, you need stuff like that, because yes, I could do this on my own, but at the same time, it's a lot that you got to shuffle, you know. And if you have the right team behind you, you go up faster. You have this person that's looking in, you know, a promoter that's trying to get you in the shows, that's getting you in the doors so you can start performing in front of people. You have somebody that's running your socials. You have somebody that, you know, that can manage you, you know, stuff like that. While, because you more so really just want to be put in a position where you're just focused on one thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused on getting the music done and recorded. It's in your guys' hands to get me up there and out there the right way. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, I could run this on my own, but it's like a ship, right?
Mhm.
In order to run a ship, you gotta have the right people that knows what they're doing. Otherwise, the ship is gonna sink. You know. And in order to keep that thing stable, you got to make sure that that you ride in the right way.
Of course.
So yes, it's highly important to make sure that you have the right. And then on top of that, it's not even just about having the right people to get you out there. You got to be able to trust these people too, because it be your closest people that'll do you the worst. So as long as you have that foundation and that team and group of people that you trust, that you want in your corner, then you straight, you solid. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
I think that's so important, is to find that team, and that goes for, again, any industry. It's I've realized there's a structure to success when it comes to the arts for certain ones. The ones that make the big money, there's always a team involved,
Uh-huh.
because you do get turned into a business. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's important for people to understand that, especially young people that are wanting to get into the arts in some type of capacity. I mean, shit, even streaming itself, people think it's like, you know, you turn on the camera and then you go live, or for podcasting, you turn on the camera and you go live. But and then you realize, like, there's a lot of work that can go into it,
Right.
that if you don't know what you're doing or what you're looking for, you're going to get so lost that
Mm-hmm.
you won't even remember what you were doing in the first place with any of this, because then your idea of what you thought making music was, or podcasting, or acting, or again whatever it is, you realize that your whole idea is skewed, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And that's dangerous, dude. It really fucking is. And it just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, you got to just go out and do what you think it is, whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you
Right.
think making music is to you, you got to go do that. Whatever you think acting is to you, go do that. And then you have to find your right people who don't just say, hey, this was absolutely dog shit, but they say,
Right.
hey, this was absolutely dog shit, but I liked it. And here's
Right.
what I think about it. You want people who think if you're not like that's so crucial, because whether it's good or bad, you want those ideas, because once you put your music out, it's no longer yours. Like, it's purely the world's art. Like, it's subjective at that point. The whole world can fucking hate it but one person, and you have to be okay with that one person liking it or nobody liking it. Right, and still take those lessons. But it comes still back, you know, to that team, and that's how you develop it. You make art, and then you just see who says that, hey, it was good, but gravitate towards them.
Exactly. And then that also doubles back to constructive criticism. Because without constructive criticism, there's no way that you're gonna be able to grow.
Yes. I did a little test. I found out about Reddit. Like, I've always known about Reddit, but I recently like downloaded it. I've been fucking hooked on it, bro. I love this side of the internet. It's fucking
I'm not
great.
gonna lie, bro. I tapped into Reddit myself. You know, I get you know, for music ideas and stuff like that. You know, even game. They got all types of game up on Reddit. You know, because it's a bunch of people giving their own feedback. You know,
yes, brother. Like,
so,
it's the perfect fucking place. So I went into a film Reddit, and I was like, all right, let me throw out one of my films that are like, I know are kind of ass. I just put together. Let me see how harsh they can be. So I threw it out, and all the comments were just fucking like out of pocket shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people being assholes about it, some of them, and some people being nice. But I treated them all the same. You know, I was like, hey, man, I appreciate your comment. Like, this is the greatest feedback I've ever gotten. Even the people that are like, hey, this was complete shit. Like that, I think that was like a comment. Like, this was complete shit. And I said, hey, man, thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it. You fucking rock. You know what I mean? But like, I love that shit because, one, it still gives you some type of feedback. It's just not the feedback you were wanting to hear. And then so the next day I posted a film that I know it's good, right? Like, I've gotten feedback already, positive shit.
Right.
And again, all the comments there were like, yo, this is fucking good. Made me feel like it did exactly what I needed it to. And the point of me testing that and even saying it was, I put my work from a couple of years ago, like when I very first started, to see what the results were of what people thought it would be. Because, and I tested myself to see, all right, do I know my audience? Right. And then I put out the second film and got the comments on that and saw the huge difference in the audience. Right. So it's like sometimes, and I did all those things like really solo and never showed them off to anybody, never asked for feedback. I was my own critic, very harsh critic. But like, when you do that as an artist, being a harsh critic, you stunt your growth. Like, I feel like I would have gotten to being a better filmmaker, better actor, you know, and everything better if I just shared it more.
Right.
Without the fear of like what others thought.
Yeah, man, because those people that you're afraid of, those are going to be the most honest people. So,
and not in the way you think.
Exactly. And you got to take that into account. And stumble right back to what you said. I'm going to use my Candy Rain video that I was just telling you about that's going viral on TikTok. I got some hate comments in there too. But I do exactly what you do. And I reach out and I'm like, hey, you know, I appreciate your feedback and I appreciate your honesty. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, people can be haters, but at the same time, you have to understand, okay, what is it that they don't like? You know, there was a specific comment in there. I'm not gonna be able to say this verbatim because I remember it, but not 100%. But bro, he said that I ruined a good sample and it was complete trash. And I was
nice.
But at the same time, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna be a real one. Hey, appreciate your feedback and I appreciate your honesty. You go on my comments right now, I'm not hating on nobody because you can't hate on those people unless they're just, you know what I'm saying, on your tail.
I love it.
It doesn't make you look good as an individual.
But you see, here's the best part. And I think people need to understand this. All those people who put those shit comments on there, and for anybody listening to this, here's some bit of advice. Reply back to them in a very nice way that provokes them to comment again. Because the algorithm doesn't know whether somebody's fucking hating on your shit or enjoying your shit by the comments that they put, right? It's by the watch time and whether or not they like it. And if they're still coming back to your video time and time again because of the comments, the algorithm is going to be like, oh, this motherfucker likes this shit. We're going to show more of his videos to him which is gonna piss them off, which is gonna make them comment again on your shit. Right.
Yeah.
So like you turn that hater into a fan quite literally by killing them with kindness instead of being like, yo, fuck you, you don't like my shit.
Right.
Like still just kill them with kindness because people get to see who you are as a person. And like, hey, I get it. If there's an out-of-pocket comment, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's something that I had to, because at one point, my older brother, he used to run my music. He used to manage it. And I feel like that was something that he wasn't fully understanding of.
Yeah.
Because anytime somebody came with some hateful stuff to say, he was quick to be defensive, like real fast. And I have to tell him,
Love
like,
it.
bro, we got to be professionals in this business, because if you're sitting here clapping back at everybody, it's not a good look, and it's going to tarnish your image. And that's not only going to tarnish your image, but it's going to tarnish my image. And it's going to look bad because you're representing my art, you know? So stop with the hateful stuff and start being more respectful and start replying, because at the end of the day, I'm not the biggest artist in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm just starting to get on my feet, and I already don't need you to be putting me down. You know what I'm saying? Because how you respond to stuff is super important. It can make you either look like as the most hateful person in the world, and you don't know how to take constructive criticism, or it can make you look like a real stand-up individual and a respectful individual, and somebody that's like, okay, you know, all right, I need to improve in this.
Yeah, unless that's your style. Because I know there's some, bro. Do you watch Kill Tony? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
It's like think about Saturday Night Live, but like better. You know what I mean? It's like actual funny shit. It's comedians being funny, right? It's out in Texas.
Yeah, I'm gonna top in.
And it's called Kill Tony. And I've recently found it, and it's fucking hilarious. But what I've realized is that's where you go if you want to talk shit. Yeah. Like if you want to talk shit and be funny, go be a fucking comedian or be a little dicky. You know what I mean? Like if that's who you are authentically, then rock out with that. But if it's not, don't be something that you're not. Don't just reply to a comment because like it hurt your feelings. Reply back to that comment if it's who you are authentically. Not just because they don't like my shit. Get the fuck over it, bro. I don't like your shit. You know what I mean? Like you don't even like your own shit. You expect other people to. You put it out, you know, because you were fucking nervous. You didn't know how it was going to perform. If you're putting shit out and you don't know how it's going to perform, no, I shouldn't say that because that's not fair. Because sometimes you put shit out not knowing how it's going to perform, and then it pops off, or it does nothing, right? The shit that you think is going to pop off. So there is that variable to it. It's so interesting,
right?
Kid Cudi, man, you see he's dropping another album?
No, I don't. You know, honestly, shout out to Kid Cudi.
JID's dropping an EP. You seen that one?
I peeped that. Yeah.
Okay. Bodies. Who's he was on with who? He did that song with. Have you heard Bodies?
No, I never heard that one.
Brother, absolutely. The flow on it. I got despicable. Despicable. There's another artist too that he's got this super fucking crazy, interesting flow that I haven't heard, and I love it, dude. I fucking just get addicted to it. His name's Norman San, and I don't know what it is.
So many artists, bro, in this music industry. It's like, dang.
And I respect because they're getting their like. Think about it like this: there's people out there who are artists who are making $60,000 a year off TikTok, making music and sharing their lives. Like somebody out there is making their dream right now at 60,000, maybe working a part-time job and full-time with their music. Like that's success to them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Someone's about to quit their job because social media is paying them to be an artist. Not tours, not none of that, not merch. Like they're just learning how to do this shit, and that's where people need to be at.
Right.
Like, you need to up your presence, not only in person, but so much online, dude. And I don't practice what I preach, which sucks. But it's like to blow up in this day and age. It's like I was saying way back when, you gotta fucking post 25 times a day with that song.
Yeah, facts. That's why, like, even though it wasn't, 25 times a day.
Yeah,
I wanted to try something new. I don't know if you've been paying attention lately, but I have a song that's on my EP. It's titled Up. And I've been doing reels consistently with that song in particular. And it's only that one specific part. And I'm in a different location, got on a fresh fit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just performing it. You know, I wanted to try that to see where it can go. And it's actually doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well on Instagram and it's doing pretty well on TikTok.
And that's it. That's
Yeah,
the game. That's the sauce. A little bit at a time, man.
a little bit at a time, and it's just trying new things. And it's crazy because that wasn't even my idea to go with. That was my lady's idea
Yeah.
because we went to Tempe Town Lake, and you know, I was fresh. I had a fresh fit on, just got haircut, all of that. She's like, "Do you have any songs that you want to do a quick video to?" I was like, hmm, "I
No,
don't
but I
know
will.
just yet. I don't know just yet." She's like, who fucking cares? Let's just do something. Like you're already out here. It's a dope scenery. Everybody is out. Let's do something. And I'm not gonna lie, I let that stop me for a little bit. But you know, after the after that situation, because I was like, you know what, I could have did something. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know where my head was at with everything. You know, with me putting out music and stuff like that. And now that I'm on track, or I'm getting back on track, the reels is getting done. I'm getting lined up. I'm getting set up with shows. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
videos. I'm getting prepared to get shot, which you can pull up to my video shoot if you down. You know what I'm saying? Video
I'm
shoot next
always
month.
down.
Video
But it just
shoot next
depends on
month.
this baby.
Hey man, video shoot next month. You know what I'm saying? You know, need to pull up. You know, get busy, get cracking, network, all of that.
You ain't
Um,
wrong. You ain't wrong.
but yeah, man, it's like now that everything is finally getting put in order, it's like, okay, this is how it's supposed to go. And this is what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, man. Very important.
It's all gonna come way too quick.
And I can't wait for that. I really can't.
Oh
Because
man,
that's what's gonna make me even more excited.
I can wait. Is that weird? I can wait. I
Not me.
don't want the success. You know what I mean? I don't want the fame. I don't want to be known, but I love the things that I do because
Mhm.
as a bad end result of it for me, like that's what happens because I like my anonymity. Is that what they call it? Anonymity?
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
like my space. I really do. And I get terrified at the fact of when people are like, I can't go out. Now I'm not saying that's going to be me by any means, but getting to a point, and this wasn't as clear as it was to me until recently when I started this podcast and started talking with people again, both and on and off the air. It's like how much I was actually known, like going back into my old clips, going into like random games when I'm offline and people being like, yo, you're him. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I'm on, like I said, I downloaded Reddit and I'm going back into old games, sharing my clips, and people are like, yo, B, I remember when you were streaming this shit.
Right.
Like I got clips of us playing this shit. And then other people like, yo, like B's back type deal. And I'm like, I've never even been on Reddit and I've been on Reddit already. Like
Yeah.
that's wild. Like Mike, I'm seeing clips of me from years ago that people posted getting me
Mhm.
views for shit I never even knew. And I'm like,
Mhm.
wait a second, like that's a world I never even thought existed for me.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
so, and it's a good feeling. Don't get me
Right.
wrong, but at the same time, it's like,
It's
ooh,
scary. That's scary.
ooh, wait a second, wait a
Yeah,
second.
it can get scary, bruh. Um, yeah,
But it
bro.
comes with the territory.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say. Definitely comes with the territory, and especially with the line of work that we're trying to get ourselves into. You know, with you with the podcast, or you even with the gaming stuff, and you doing the streams and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah,
even
it's a
though you
lot.
want to be low key, if you put out the right stuff that people like and they're eating that stuff up, it's bound to happen, bro.
I think it just depends. Like John Bellion, again, I was watching one of his little snippets. That's why I'm bringing him up quite a bit. Watched him recently, and I'm respecting him as an artist. Once I learned about the 6 years thing, when he didn't make music for 6 years because of the deal, I just thought he took time off to be a dad.
Mhm.
Um, shit, run it back. What did you just say? I'm losing it.
What did I just say? Comes with the territory, especially with the type of stuff that we're getting ourselves involved with. It's bound to happen. You're not
That's
gonna
what
be
it is.
guilty
It's
forever.
bound to happen. Yeah, yeah. So he was saying that like a lot of times people in this day and age, music industry again, but even with streamers, Twitch creators, people buying views, buying streams, buying all of that stuff just to get them placed higher on the algorithm to then capture the real viewers. Like you can go that route for sure. And I have actually one of my friends, great friends of mine, good buddy, and he bought views. And I knew it at the moment he did it. And I was like, hey, like you bought views. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, look, there's no problem if you do it, but you got to be strategic on how you use it.
Right.
So like it's okay to do those things, in my opinion, if you know what you're doing. That way you're not just wasting your money. Right. Like if you're gonna, like, to me, that's marketing. If you're ready to market yourself, like I view it literally as leveling up. Because when you level yourself up to that next part, like you got to be ready for the people that you have to attract and catch. If you're not ready for that, that's where you're wasting your dollars, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time. And so John Bellion pretty much said the same thing. He was like, I don't want to pay to have my streams out there because then it's fake. And even though it looks like I got 20 million, I really don't. So he was like, I'd rather have 100,000 people that like me and love me, and I know it's 100,000 people, than my stream saying it's 20 million, but maybe it's like 20,000.
Yeah, because
You know
how
what
is
I
it
mean?
gonna look? How is it gonna look when you have 20 million streams on a song, but yet you go to a show to perform and you only got 100 people there?
Terrifying, right? Like it goes back to the authenticity to yourself. Like when you know who you are and you try to then still manipulate the business, it may work for a little bit, but people will eventually find you out as a fraud, and then you will lose it all and wonder where you went wrong. And then you have a choice of either walking away in shame or picking your head up and being like, yeah, I fucked up. Let me try again as an artist. Because maybe that'll work, maybe it won't.
Or find a different lane. Because I mean, granted, that's not exactly what had happened, but it stems right back to that conversation we had earlier about finding your niche, and finding the thing that fits you. You know what I'm saying? I might get a little bit off subject when I bring this up, but this artist, his name is Young Bird. He was a rapper, had a popular song, "Hey Sexy Lady, it was nice to know you, but I gotta move on." Way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He had songs with Ray J, "Sexy, Can I Just Part My Man?" How you say you gotta play it like. He was on that song, you know what I'm saying? And boom, you don't hear from him no more. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, he's producing songs for Jay-Z. He's producing songs for artists named, or artists like Young Jeezy or Wiz Khalifa, Ty Dolla Signs, all of them. Changed his name, Hitmaker. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer Young Bird. He's now Hitmaker. You know what I'm saying? Because he found another lane and he found a niche that he's comfortable with, and he actually made more money. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to find that niche and that lane that you can take over, and do it the right way, fam. Don't go up in there buying views. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with buying views, because I'm not gonna lie to you. High school, that's what I used to do. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably buy like 1,500 views or something like that, and you know what I'm saying? I got this many, but I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? I thought that that's what, you know what I'm saying? People saw I had 1,500 listeners. They'd be like, oh, dang, he already has people listening. Let me tap in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the key, right? Like that's what everybody hopes for, is for that marketing aspect.
Right. But if you don't get those people to tap in, then it's just like, okay, how are you getting 1,500 views and you only got 100 followers on Twitter or TikTok, or how you have, and that's something that I'm not really understanding either, is people.
Well, because it's all changed, right? Like the whole algorithm, like social media itself, like is a dead term. And people who know Gary Vaynerchuk, he talks about this a lot, but like it's been known back in our high school days. Yeah, it was social media. Whoever had the most followers, we looked at them like, oh yeah, all right. There's a hierarchy of social here, and I'm definitely not even on there because I don't have an Instagram, right? Like,
Right.
So, but now it's all interest. So that's where you can make 12 new TikToks, post your candy video, and then watch that shit, maybe get 1 million views on 2 of the accounts. You know what I mean? Because it's all interest. It's all about like catching that right flow in time. And that's why you have to make the multiple videos. That's why you have to go ahead and just post that shit out there, because the people that you're trying to attract may not be online the same moment you are.
Exactly.
And if you're not posting in that moment when they're online, you're going to lose that wave of attention.
Right.
It's so wild, dude. Like,
Yeah, man. There's a whole lot of factors in the social media game,
so
man.
many, dude.
It's way too many to count, and I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I could post a video on my social media, that one get almost 10,000 views. I post another one, and it's only getting 20 views. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, you gotta post what people like and what they can eat up. And if you don't post that right thing, then it's just gonna flop. But that's still not an excuse for you to stop. You got to keep going.
That's what I think separates artists for sure, is when they have that, like, all right, I didn't catch the views, because then I just say you're a social artist. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, like there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like, you're doing it for the attention, like, okay, but when you stop doing it, like, I won't say you wasted time, but like, you kind of wasted time because you were just so caught up on the numbers. Like, you got to get off that.
Right.
You have to.
And not so much, because use that for an example. I posted it up on my TikTok, my performance video, and you know, it wasn't performing like how I expected it, but it's doing well on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And I brought that attention again. I go to my lady pretty much for almost anything at this point. But you know, I went up to her, told her, I was like, man, I think I'm about to take this video down because it's not doing good. And she was like, nah, leave it up there. It don't matter if you get 20 views, 100 views. If I get 50 views, I don't care. I'm gonna leave it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know where that video can go within the next 2 to 3 days or even weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows? It might be starting off slow right now, but it can pick up later. You know what I'm saying? And it's content. The more content you have, the more content you put out, the better you look, because you look consistent. Consistency is key. So as long as you remain consistent and you do what you need to do to make sure that these people are entertained, because at the end of the day, this is the kind of business that me and you are in. We're entertainers.
Yeah.
So as long as we have the right product to put out, then bro, you're gonna be good.
And I think that's where we chop it up. Leave it on that good note.
Yes, sir.
Done deal on it. Yo, Jay, it has been a fucking pleasure to kick it with you tonight.
Yes,
we
sir.
talked a bunch about music, and I think, you know, for starters, anybody who's listening to this is going to have a better understanding of the music industry. Creatives, you know, who are feeling stuck maybe won't now, because one, they're not the only ones going through it, which is something that I know I struggle with.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're creating something, you're like, fuck, I'm the only one struggling creatively. It's like, no, everybody is, but write about that struggle with the creativeness and watch how you can connect with other people. And I think that is the true authenticity. Write about what your struggles are, put it in a way that's a narrative for people to relate to it, and do that consistently. And I think that there's a secret sauce to that.
Wholeheartedly, 100%. I agree.
Done deal, man. Yo, Jay, when's the new EP dropping?
EP is dropping next month, August 22nd. That's gonna be, sorry for delaying the LP. The LP, not final date yet, but it's more than likely gonna be in September.
Okay, so we're getting 2 drops this year.
It all depends on how soon I can get these tracks mastered. Right once I get the master, because I already got the cover art. Shout out to you. You know, you came through with the cover art picture. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm a good artist.
With both of them, the cover art and the track listing cover.
I seen that. I was showing that to my girl actually when you sent me the flyer. I was like, yo, that's a good fucking photo. And then I was like, wait, I took that fucking photo. That's why it's a good fucking photo.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you. But LP, Really Want to Live. That's gonna drop sometime in September, maybe October. It all depends on how fast I can get done with the EP, which is, sorry for delaying, the LP. Dropping on August 22nd. Plan on having a video shot and dropped within that same time frame. for my record Check that I can't wait to put out, that I can't wait to shoot a video to. Already got the idea, the people that's pulling up. That video is gonna be live, which you can pull up to the video, shoot my brother, you know what
Let's
I'm saying? Go crazy, go crazy. And then yeah, everything is lined up, still getting jotted down. So we gonna go crazy. And then after that, like I said, got my project with Dutta to Cutta, dynamic duo that we drop in, performed one of the songs that actually did really well when we performed it. People were dancing to it, vibing to it. Which shout out to everybody that showed up and showed out. You know what I'm saying? So, yep, we going crazy the whole rest of the year and going into 2026, bro. I'm not stopping. Tunnel vision, and I'm going to the wheels fall off, bro.
Keep that momentum, Bubba. Keep that
Yes,
momentum.
sir.
All right, brother.
Sure.
Till next
Again,
time.
I appreciate you for bringing me on. You know what I'm saying? Pleasure talking with you, kicking it with you. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna be the last one, bro.
No, not at all. I'm already planning the next ones.
Let's get it, bro.
All right, brother. Till next time.
Yes, sir.
Late. All right. Bye, everybody. Peace out. Have a beautiful night.